welcome back to Who Let Me Do This, me, and also you. So let's talk about it. If you hear that sigh, then you know this week's about to be this is about to be. I have a lot to say this week with my Summer Fridays lip balm that my mic is attached to. Remember when I said I was going to do that podcast about why March is the worst month ever? I feel like I low-key was predicting that something was going to happen, and something's happened and still happening as we speak. So with that being said, we're going to get into it. So the title of this week's episode literally goes true. The last almost 2 weeks now, I have been recovering, trying to get through this awful neurovirus, which I thought at first was actually no. Let me go back. Let me go all the way back. We gotta go back to the beginning of the month. So literally, you guys watched my vlog, my last vlog, I believe, when my husband and I we went to, or maybe it was the one before that. I don't know. We went to Raising Cane's for a date night. We had a date night, just him and I, and it was great. I ended up having like a stomach thing for a couple days after. I figured it was because of the food. I don't really know what the deal was with that. It went away and I was back to normal, working out, the usual. So then, literally, the week after I got home from Venus, because that's been my thing on Saturdays, I've been going there just to hang out and chill and basically not be a mom for a few hours. So, clock me if that's terrible, but sometimes I want to be a person again. After I got home from that, I started having this awful like back pain and it was going to my stomach and I was like, this is really weird. I don't know what this is. And then that night I had the worst cramps of like my back and my stomach. And mind you, I was done with my period. Ovulation was a while away. So, and I do get ovulation pain, by the way. So that's like a thing for me. It just was so terrible. I was dry heaving. Not to get into too much, okay, we're getting into detail. I did not throw up, but I was like, that watery mouth feeling before yep, that was happening a lot. And but I didn't throw up because I kind of didn't want to let myself throw up. And now looking back, I wonder if I had thrown up, if I would have recovered quicker because of whatever this is wants to get in my body. That was happening and it was just absolute hell. I can't even begin, and still is at this moment in time. Yes, it has been almost 2 weeks, a week and a half I've had this now. And you're probably wondering, well, why didn't you go to the doctor? Why did you go to walk-in? Because I'm stubborn, okay? And it has been slowly getting better over time, but I have to eat very plain. I have to eat, like, I can't eat a lot of sugar. I can't eat, obviously, processed foods. I can't. It's just been really, really annoying to say the least. And I was kind of in this perpetual cycle, which I thought after when I initially got it, Saturday into Sunday, I thought Monday, oh, I'm okay. And I started eating like I normally do again. No, because I tried to go for a walk with my son at the park and ended up having, again, these severe, terrible cramps where I could not walk, could not move. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to die right now. Literally rushing all the way home, going 50 on the, the main street. So if you know me, sorry, but had to have my mom come and help me for a few hours because I was just in the bathroom dying. Tuesday, I was better. I was like, okay, let me baby this. Let me just rest and recover. It'll be fine. Whatever. Same with, I think it was Wednesday. Yes, Wednesday too. I was like, let me just baby this. It'll be fine. But here and there, I was still eating things I probably shouldn't have been, like chocolate. I had a little bit of chocolate. I had a protein bar. I had some things that I probably was not ready to have yet because whatever this neurovirus bug is like, you thought, and just puts me in misery every time. Thursday was the worst. I woke up. I was just in so much pain. I had to have my mom come over and help me. We ended up going to her house for the day so she could help me take care of Brian. Awful. Friday was better. Saturday morning was awful pains throughout the day. But then again, Friday night, I ended up eating Burger King, which I know, I can hear you all now. I probably shouldn't have done that. I know, but I thought I was fine at this point. This is just the perpetual cycle I've been in for the last week and a half where I'm like, oh my God, this is the worst pain ever. I'm going to die. Then I decide to baby myself and get myself well. And you can, if you're watching on YouTube, this gigantic bottle of ginger ale, shout out to my mom. Like, I'll be okay for a few days and then it will happen again. I'll be okay and it'll happen again. And I've already thought the worst, so I don't need you guys in the comments to be like, oh, what if it's this? What if it's this? Please don't. Just please don't. Okay. I've already like spiraled about it enough. So the only thing left that right now that I feel like I should do to help in this situation is to stop taking my Lemmy GLP-1 supplement and my debloat supplement. I was taking debloat while this was all happening too, so I don't think that was helping. And I don't know, I don't think my GLP-1 was affecting me. Honestly, I really don't, but just for the time being until this is done, I'm done taking it. And if this happens again while I'm taking it again, then we know that maybe I shouldn't be taking those. Literally this whole like half of March, I've just been in misery. So that's been fun. So whoever's cursing me, wishing bad on me, like karma, just know karma, okay? You can wish bad on other people, but just know that it's going to come back on you tenfold. It's a thing. Karma is the god, or is a god. I would say is a god because, yeah, tune to what you believe in. So that was the first thing. Those are the first things that were going on. The other thing, which has just been happening recently, is that my son is sick with his first ever like real cold. Like he had like sniffles and stuff in September and October and whatever, and was a little congested, but it was never evolved into a big thing. It never was like an illness. And I was like, oh, okay, like, he's a little baby, like, no, he's got a cold. He's got a cold. And I was like, oh my gosh, his first cold. But I just feel so bad because he's just been coughing and sneezing, and we're doing all the things, and he is still trying to be a happy little boy even though he's miserable. Eating for him has been kind of miserable, obviously, with the congestion and everything. He has a humidifier. I've salined him. That sounds so bad. I salined him. He's had Tylenol. I've given him the Mommy Bliss baby day and night cough supplement. It's a supplement, you guys. I thought it was like medicine, so I was giving that to him yesterday. I go to read the bottle last night because I decided to give him some, and at like, I don't even know, I think it was like 5:30, 6 o'clock, because he was so miserable. Mind you, I also had another like awful back and attack because I ended up eating, I don't want to talk about it, I ended up having cereal that was sugary, and I don't think my body was ready for that. So yeah, that was great. But anyway, I gave him that, and then I'm reading the bottle and it says, do not give more than 6 doses in a 24-hour period. And then it says, do not give this for more than 5 days in a row. And then it says something else about like, don't give this and the daytime one together in a 24-hour period or something like that. And I was just like, huh? So what was the point of me buying this fucking medication? Sorry, supplement, if it's not going to do what it needs to do, and there's all these like guidelines and restrictions on it. But I guess because it's an herbal supplement or something.
So you're probably wondering, if you're watching this or listening to this, why the quality is different, why I'm here right now. Why can you hear Rosie the Roomba in the background? Why? Because it is so fitting for the theme of this episode that literally I was clearly not ready to film. I was editing and my microphone died while I was apparently filming and recording this episode. So, like I said, karma, you do karma unto others, it's going to come back 10 times on you. So I'm advising anyone that is giving me karma. Oh, and that's another thing. Let me just get into this for 1 second. I just recently found out from TikTok that your Saturn sign is how people will get the karma for whatever they've done wrong to you. If you're with me, you're going to have leg and calf problems. You're going to have injustices happen to you, things that are very unfair. So keep doing it. See what happens. Also, these baby hairs, like, hello, like, it's like all the curls I cut off with safety scissors as a 4-year-old are coming back. But anyway, if you can hear Rosie in the background, please try your best to ignore it. I know it's really annoying, but she will just not get out of my room right now. So, like I said, wasn't expecting to finish this podcast like this. Everything is just what a mess. It's fine. I'm not even kidding, you guys. I have thrown this Roomba, and so has my husband. We've thrown it. We've kicked it. Like, a Roomba's not worth it. PSA to the wise. Anyways, maybe this little ASMR, like, white noise in the background may put you to sleep. I don't know. I just want to... Anyways, back to what I was saying about the supplement. Yeah, the cough supplement isn't even really a medicine. It's a supplement with a whole bunch of warning labels. If I had known that, I wouldn't have bought it. But needless to say, now that, since it's Friday, on a positive note, I am better from the neurovirus, from whatever that was. I literally stopped taking all my vitamins except for my medicine that I need every day, my antidepressant. I am doing so much better. I'm very happy about that. And thankfully now my son is doing a lot better as well. He is not as congested, not coughing as much, and he's doing a lot better. So I'm really happy, because yesterday was just not it at all, yesterday and the day before. I have more to add to why March is the worst month ever. Last night, I've just been overwhelmed the last couple weeks since I've been sick, and my son has also been sick, so it's been very hard for me to function, to be the mom I want to be, because every time I would have one of these attacks, as I call them, I would be stuck in my bed or stuck in the bathroom for like half hour at a time. And that's why sometimes I had to call my mom and I had to go to my mom's house, or if my husband was home, he would have to help me with Brian, because I mean, obviously it's his son too, but you get what I mean. Like, I just felt very, I don't want to say stupid, but I just felt like useless. Like, I couldn't take care of my son. I couldn't take care of him. I couldn't really, like, I was just trying to take care of myself, but also kind of rushing it because I wanted to be better so badly so that I could be the best mom to him. And also same to my husband. Like, I haven't been keeping up that well with my wifely duties as a stay-at-home mom and stay-at-home wife at the moment, so I just have felt really guilty and really sad and annoyed about it, because I've been on my game, like, as, you know, a wife and mom, and I know it's sickness and I know it passes, but just in those moments I was just like, wow, I feel like the worst right now, and this is great, and this is not helping anything, but we just have to get well, I guess. I just had like a whole moment last night, and I feel better now, thankfully. My closet was my safe space for a little bit, because I had just kind of reached my breaking point and was like, you know what? I need a minute. I need like 20 minutes away from everyone, and it's gotten to the point where everything was like aggravating me a little bit, like all these little things, you know, just, I feel like I get so aggravated every single day with just little things. That's why I low-key have said before, I think I have something. Not even just talking about like ADHD or OCD or any of that, but just like I feel I'm not, you know, I'm not normal. I'm not normal. I'm not typical. But maybe that's just me, because I have still a very hard time with change, even with like my son. If usually he's like doing something a certain way for a few days and then it changes up, I'm like, oh my God, why are we doing this? Oh my God. My first reaction is to get mad and to get frustrated. But again, this is all in the journey of being a mother, and I'm working on that, because I know that everything changes and everything is temporary, especially with him. And I'm just trying to cherish everything that I can with him while he's still little and not get so frustrated. But it is just like, for me, it's I hate when my routine changes. That's something else about me. I don't like change in routine. I like my usual. I like, you know, expecting what I'm gonna expect, and that's that. And then when something changes, like, ugh. That's why on job applications, when they're like, can you like adapt well to change? No, but we're gonna lie and say we can, so we can get the damn job. If you know, you know. That has been great. Not even to mention, to top it all off, which this is just so mediocre, like mediocre clarinet player right now. It's like a first world problem. It's really not even that big of a deal. But I did not get my W-2 in the mail from my job. And apparently you had to get it through an app, if you know, you know. And since I stopped working there beginning of January, I have no access to it. So I've had to email, and hopefully they can send it to me, or I'm going to go down there because I need my W-2 so I can do my taxes. Supposed to do taxes pretty soon. So yeah, I know we're late, but you know what? I'd rather be late and see what happens with other people's returns and stuff, because I heard that they're doing things very, very late this year. And obviously now that we have Trump in office and a whole bunch of crap's changing, which don't even get me started. Don't even get me started. Oh my God. So I will say, as a little background, I'm not a politics person. This is not a politics podcast. Like, I just genuinely, I don't want to know, for the sake of the stress and anxiety. Go off. But that's me. Okay. So if you don't like it, today they announced March, what is today, the 21st, 2025, that he is signing an order to dismantle the Department of Education, which, as a former para and also daycare worker, toddler teacher, whatever. Now, I don't think it really affects daycares too much unless it is federally government funded, which Head Start is, and there's a few others that are federally funded by the government that is going to possibly be affected by this, and obviously schools, and obviously my former place of work, because it affects children that have special plans and have disabilities and, you know, all that kind of stuff. So I'm really scared, honestly, about that. I hope it's not what I'm fearing it is. So there's that. But like I said, I am not a politics person. I'm just very fearful for my former coworkers, for teachers all across the United States. I'm scared for the kids. I'm scared for all of it, because I don't know what that means necessarily. I know some of you out there might know what that means. So if it's not as bad as I think, let me know. What I'm like fearing so much, and that's also giving me anxiety because, as I've said before, I do plan on going back to my old job. I do plan on going back, not my daycare job, but to my para job. I do plan on going back eventually. Right now, I'm just so terrified of what that's going to mean for the whole country. That specifically. I will say, for the record, I do give Trump a little bit of props for doing so much as soon as he came into office. However, I'm scared because part of me is like, maybe you shouldn't be doing that. Maybe that shouldn't. I don't know about that. You know, like I'm terrified. I don't know about you guys. I hope there is good intention behind things. I always have that hope for it. But in the end of the day, who knows? I'm gonna end this here before Rosie comes back. But I'm sorry for this very weird episode. This was not the intention at all. I don't know what the fuck. Like I said, it just tops off this episode so perfectly to a T. I hope you guys enjoyed. Be safe. Don't be stupid. Okay? Be smart to the best of your ability and do your best. And we are all in this together. Whatever this is, we are in it. So moms, people, places, things, we are in it. And I will see you in my next episode. Bye.